Hello, everyone. Welcome in. If you're here yet, you're probably not here yet because I had to start a new one. I was having technical difficulties. I'm sending a message now on the old one. Let's see if I can find that new link and share it. Hopefully somebody will see this and come on over. It has been a very stressful 15 minutes. I can tell you that. So this is time for tea. We're supposed to be relaxing and chilling out, but it has been crazy. Hello, Deneen. Wow, you found the crazy one. This is my third attempt. And finally, we have video. We have audio, hopefully, and we have folks coming in. Hello. Thank you for coming in. Oh, my goodness. I am attempting to figure out how to put the link in here for the other one. I don't know if I can. If y'all have seen the other live that I attempted to do, could you share the link over there? That would be awesome. Hello, Corrine. This is time for tea, and I just heard my timer go off right before this. Hey, and the hubby made it too. Awesome. So he can help with this. If you can find the link to the old one or link to this one and post it in the old one, that would be awesome because there are still people there thinking that's where I am. You might hear some noise in the background. There's a tractor bulldozery type of thing out there moving rocks around. So that's kind of loud. But this is not a studio. This is my house. I'm in my dining room. Behind me is my pantry, huge pantry. And in front of me is a cup of tea. That's right. Today's tea, by the way, because this is all about tea. Karen, welcome in. It's not alive for me without Karen here to call me Debra. And also, has found her way here yet. She was in the old one, and somebody could tell Lisa that would be awesome. Oh, well, I'm glad it at least put out a notification. That's great. Today, now I do have a subscription to SipsBy. It's one that I pay for. This is not sponsored by any shape of the imagination, but SipsBy.com, they do a really good job of just picking out teas for us to have. Oh, Lisa's not here. She's a figment of my imagination. A very English figment of my imagination. Anyhow, they curate teas for me. And they can curate teas for you too. This is my May tea subscription. And I get 4 different teas. And today's, I've already put a clippy on it because this is loose tea. I tell them that I'll take loose, I'll take bagged. It's all good either way. This is, where's the camera on this one? Tiny Bee tea. It's rose apricot nectar oolong tea. That's a lot of stuff in one tea, right? It says it has caffeine. It doesn't say how much. I'm okay with that. That's all right. And yeah, on here, the description says, oh, by the way, it says 1 teaspoon per 8 ounces of water, 195 degrees Fahrenheit, which is just under boiling. You don't want it to be boiling when you put it in there. Steep for 3 minutes. I've been going about 5 now because the timer went off and I was still fighting with a computer, as one does. Oolong tea, papaya, apple, apricot, natural flavoring, and red rose petals. All right. Contains caffeine. All right. Here's their description. This apricot and rose oolong blend is pollinated with our special tiny bee powers. Delicious floral notes blend with the tart sweetness of apricots for a taste that will leave you buzzing. I'm not sure I want to buzz after having tea, but it is a Monday after all, and I do need caffeine. And you know, I normally record my videos on the weekends, and yesterday, by the time everything was said and done, I was like, I'm tired. I just can't. So I didn't. And I said, well, I'll just go live on my lunch today. Yeah, I've got about 20 minutes left of my lunch. So that's how it went today. But this is the tea. Kind of see-through, kind of yellowish. I would expect oolong to put on a darker color. Let's see if I can move it around a little bit more, get a little more color out of that sucker. No, Lisa, it's not that kind of channel. Oh, and by the way, this is one of those mugs that I picked up at Bargain Hunt, and it says, relax. Don't do it if you want to jump to it. Anybody from the 80s will understand. I'm just going to give this a little strain to get some of the extra liquid out of it. I've got a plate over here. And we're going to see if I can take a sip and not burn my face off today. With the way today's been going, the face might get burned off. Hello, Miss Sweet Pea Sid. Yes, it is a Monday all day. It smells interesting. I think I'm smelling the rose in it more than anything else. Let's hope I get some apricot taste out of it and not rose taste. Not so terribly hot since you don't take it all the way to boiling. And yes, I did use a thermometer to check to see what temperature the water was at before I put it in here. Yeah, I'm that person. Needs some sweetness. It really does. And I have my generic stevia. Got it at Aldi. Generic, not stevia. Not whatever brand it is. And with the clear mug, you can watch it swirl around, and it's kind of mesmerizing, actually. It's okay. I'm easily amused. I do. I get out the thermometer and I check the water because we don't have a fancy kettle. The kettle just, you put the water in it and you boil it, or you don't, whichever. And so I've got my probe thermometer. I just stick down in there and go, yes, Miss Ingrid, it's okay. You're only a little bit late because you're not really late, but I was having so many technical difficulties. I pretty much just got started. So it's all good. Matter of fact, for some reason I'm on top chat and not all chat. So I might be missing everybody. There we go. Yeah, I've heard of those, Karen. We're just not that fancy yet, but next kettle will be like that because so many teas like different temperatures and stuff. And I want to feel like I'm, fancy like that. Much better with a sweetener. Now, with a little sweetener in it, I'm actually getting some of the other fruit flavors and not just the rose aroma because for me, I was smelling the rose, and now with the sweetener added, I'm smelling more apricot. Science or something. Neva! Yes, pucker butt. I actually do still have some of those pucker butt peanuts in the other room. I may have some of those later today. I'm feeling kind of snacky on a Monday, as one does. Joe is here as well. Hello, Joe. Well, Karen, it's because of those pucker butt peanuts that I won from Joe that are really, really delicious. I've won 2 batches now. One was the one that was more sweet and one was more that's hotter. And since the hubby does not like hot stuff, it's like, oh, they're all mine. So yeah, I keep them and munch on them. They're quite yummy. Yes, you heard pucker butt. With a sweetener in it, that is lovely. And since it has some caffeine, it doesn't say how much, maybe it'll help me get through the rest of my Monday. It has been crazy. Oh, speaking of Mondays, Pierogi Monday will be coming up on Joe's channel, and I'm pointing at it like you can see the chat over there where I'm pointing, but I know you can't. And I'll be here for that. I still have to watch the registration video so I can get on the wheel. And yeah, he puts pepper dust, like hot pepper dust, on pierogies, and I'm jealous because I don't have any pierogies right now. But yeah, that's a fun time. Make sure you watch that. He does giveaways and stuff too. So if you're not, subscribed to Joe, go check him out. Maybe he'll play some. Matter of fact, I know there will be some polka tonight for the wheel because polka, pierogies, it's all good. So does anybody else have tea besides me right now? Yes, I'm drinking tea on a Monday afternoon. That's true. You don't have to just have your cup of tea in the morning or the night when you're winding down. I'm at lunch right now. Tea. That color is really interesting. I was really expecting a darker color with the oolong in there, but you don't get a strong sense of the oolong in this actually because you get more of the fruits and apricots and stuff behind it. Giving 2 bags of the, yes. Oh, so there's more pucker butt getting given away tonight. Maybe I can be not the only pucker butt in the room. I'm jealous. I still haven't gotten to try the biscuit tea. I really am. I kind of like it. This is pretty much Fat Chick approved with the sweetener. Without the sweetener, it was like, maybe. And with what they give with SipsBy, I have enough for 2 more cups in here. My little handy dandy thing. Actually, let me see if I can show you the tea without dumping it on my computer. All right, Joe, make sure you work. I'll be doing the same thing in a few minutes. You know what? Oh, there's no light down in there. Darn it. It's nice big chunks in there of the apricots and stuff, which is kind of cool. And one thing that I do like about SipsBy is that they give you ways to put the tea in your cup. I have these bags here. That's provided by SipsBy. They give you a selection of the disposable bags. And you can, of course, use a tea ball or something if you have it. So that's cool. Ingrid, you're always getting a phone call. You are a popular headbanging mermaid. Mm-hmm. Ooh, strawberry white tea? That sounds interesting. And coffee is good too. I start off my morning. Well, I don't start it off. I usually end up at work at about 7. And a little after 8, I come in here and fix myself a cup of coffee. And it's usually mochaccino something. It's like chocolate candy in a cup. That's what I fix for myself every morning. Tea balls, Lisa. Not the kind you're thinking of. Mm-hmm. Okay, starting to calm down now. In case you missed it earlier, you may hear tractor noises outside. Working household, not a studio. My brother-in-law has actually finally, after about 3 years, decided to move around the rocks that he had delivered. And instead of putting them on his property, he put it on ours. Yeah. I will leave it at that. I'm not going to get on that soapbox today. But I will get on a little bit of a soapbox today, a little mental health talk, because I do stuff like this because it helps my head. That's also why I crochet. I tend to have pretty bad anxiety crossed with depression. And I think that mental health is something that should be able to be discussed and discussed freely. Mental health is health. And whether you have some kind of an official diagnosis, like I do, chronic major recurring depressive disorder, very well controlled by some techniques, some mindfulness techniques, and medication. I am so much better now than I was a couple of years ago. One thing that helped me was crochet. I crochet at least a little bit every single day. Sometimes it's just a very little bit, getting my temperature square done. That has been like, you must get it done. You must get it done. So I do it. Sometimes I just want to crochet all day long. It really does. It helps the old noggin, you know. And I think that you've got to find something that you enjoy, that brings you joy, that will help you make it through the day or the week. Yes, Neva. Neva also has great, she does Mental Health Mondays a lot of times on her channel, and that's Manic Mama Musings. If you have not checked her out, please do so. Yes, and maybe a little support from your sweetie. Absolutely. Not everybody has a sweetie, though. In general, even if you don't have anybody around that's supportive to you, I do. I am very, very fortunate. I have got a support system. Even with that support system, sometimes, though, it's a struggle. It's okay to admit that you struggle. It is. That's just a part of life. Mental health is health. I can talk about my diabetes freely. Why can't I talk about mental health? And just check in and let you know that if you want to check in and vent at me and stuff, that's okay too. But yes, Neva with her Mental Health Mondays, I don't know why I can't word today, but definitely a good watch. And besides, she is one of the Yarnivores. And if you have not checked out #Yarnivores monthly theme, you need to. I still have not decided if I'm going to crochet for that this month, if I'm going to paint. I think I would like to paint something. Chocolate covered Twizzlers. You know, I don't think I've seen those. Mental health is so important. I think not taken serious enough by some people. I agree, Ingrid. And some of the stigma has been broken because there are some celebrities that have come out and said, yes, I struggle with this. But, you know, we have to kind of break the stigma in our own little circles too. Anybody that knows me personally knows I'll just talk about it because that's just how I do. But a lot of people just don't. It's still, oh, we can't say anything about that. Keep the blinders on. No, let it all hang out, so to speak, because, you know, it's not that kind of channel. Don't even go there, Lisa. I know you're, yeah, she has no filters. Yeah, she really doesn't. But he would know. I do keep it toned down when I'm recording or when I'm doing this, though. I manage to, you know, pull in the F-bombs because I think language should be free and open as well. And that's one of my favorite words ever. All right. Yep, me and Neva, if we were hanging out, it would, oh, it would be wild. Because, yeah, we'd be setting it on fire, so to speak. I mean, not with flames, because we don't want that world to burn, or at least not most of it. Yeah. Yeah, Joe, you have a filter, and I even sing sometimes. Matter of fact, I make up songs to everything. I don't want to do it now because I don't want to get a copyright hit. Because I got my first copyright hit the other day. My Saturday video had a little bit of music at the end, just that I had gotten from, you know, Windows or whatever, and it got a copyright hit. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm not even monetized. What's up with that? So it wasn't like a penalty, but I had to mute that part. So anyway, we might end up in trouble, but you know what? We have, you know, we have our significant others to help rein us in a little bit. Maybe. That is so true, Sweet Pea said. As far as emotions, I didn't know how to deal with them for a long, long time. You know, grew up with a really crappy household and just didn't learn to deal with anything. I knew anger and I could have fun, but emotions, no, we didn't have those. And then found someone I could really trust, like for the first time ever. And that was really good. And then, you know, more than 10 years in, more than 15 years in, probably, if I do the math right, I actually got some therapy. Therapy is a wonderful thing. And it's important. You know, you go to the doctor to check on your regular health, go to a therapist or a psychologist to check on the mental health, the old noggin. I think it's definitely worth it. No, Joe, your singing does not copyright. I'm sorry. Love you, Joe, but no singing from you, okay? No singing. I'm willing to sing. I don't care. I thought, you know, after so many years, I finally got up and did karaoke. I'm like, what was I afraid of? It was fun. But yes, thank you, Ingrid. Remember to give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. I don't do lives often because my schedule is so wonky. And like I said earlier, if you were here earlier, you heard me say, I just didn't do a video yesterday for today because I was just tired. And I figured, you know what? We'll do it at lunch. Do something a little bit different. I really appreciate everybody for coming by and hanging out with me today. I'm sorry I would. Well, LJ, I mean, he would try to rein you in. He would just remind you, you know, or something, or show you something shiny. That might help. It works with me. Direct me towards the Dollar Tree, and I'll just be like, oh, shopping. Yeah, Dollar Tree is like my comfort zone, that and Pop Shelf. But I really do appreciate everyone for joining me today. Thank you so much. I love when everybody comes and comments, you know, and I know it takes me a while to get back to comments. This way I can kind of see it and talk to you at the same time. If you're watching the replay, thank you. I really appreciate this. And I am going to finish my tea. I've got a little bit left and I do have to go back to work, unfortunately, because, you know, got to make that money, make it rain. Somebody got to make it rain on me because I got to go in there and work. But you know, my supervisor already has a list of things for me to do today. Anyway, thank you so much. Love you guys. And I will see y'all very, very soon. You know, I'll see you around the YouTube streets, and I'll be commenting on your videos. And thank you for commenting on mine. Bye, y'all.